So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. When suspicions and several indications pointing to the possibility of friction in the marriage of talented Nollywood actor Frederick Leonard and his beautiful actress wife Peggy arose, we had that talk here while praying and hoping that it was all it was at the time, a rumor. But as recent happenings keep unfolding, it gets even clearer that Frederick and Peggy's marriage may truly have hit the rocks, and there has been more feelings of sadness than surprise. You see, right from the onset, when Frederick and Peggy made their relationship public, a good number of people nursed skepticism and doubts about the possible longevity of their marriage, and they claimed to have good reasons for their reservations. Their reasons were: first, the traditional man versus modern woman mismatch. We have discussed severally on this channel the tragedy of a traditional man matching with a modern woman in the institution of marriage. And we discussed it even more extensively when we spoke about the 5-month marriage of singer Davido's aide, Israel, a core traditional Bini man, and his beauty queen and influencer ex-wife Sheila. That match has proven to be a catastrophe waiting to happen. You see, the core African traditional man is raised on hierarchy, obedience, unilateral tolerance, and silence. The modern woman, on the other hand, functions on autonomy, partnership, negotiation, and having her own voice. Not to criticize or exalt any. None is good or bad, none is right or wrong. They just do not function on the same logic. So while one expects compliance as a sign of respect, the other requires collaboration as a sign of love. Both of them will constantly feel misunderstood and disrespected. Misalignment becomes the order of the day, and no amount of love will save that relationship from the culture shocks and the friction that this mismatch brings. I have severally advised traditional men to marry traditional women. Believe me, there are so many of them out there. There are so many traditional women who believe in silence and subservience, who do not want to walk, they don't aspire. They would prefer their husbands to think for them and to do everything for them. Everybody has their preference. Perfect match. Now, Frederick has been very clear about how he portrays himself proudly as a core traditional man. His energy, his vibes, his utterances has always shown this. I mean, after dating Peggy for, was it 7 or 8 years, there was no legal marriage, no statutory marriage between them. He only wed her traditionally. He has also been very clear about his stance as a traditional man. For example, in this interview that he had, he clearly stated that it is not in his modus operandi, it is not in his plans to come back from work and have the house help microwave his food, microwave food for him to eat when he has a wife.
The house help cannot be making my food, and me, I'll be microwaving it because you're on set.
He is a man with a traditional mindset, and fine clothes, big beds, and vacations abroad does not change it. Peggy, on the other hand, is a mature, modern, expressive, self-driven woman with confidence, courage, competence, and her own coins, formed in her ways with a mind of her own. She is not and will not be the pushover that a core traditional man will desire. And a lot of people feared that this match has often proven chaotic. Before we proceed, if you are new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your thoughts as we discuss down in the comment section, and stay glued for we have so much more coming your way. Don't forget that our storytelling masterclass is still up and running. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to grow your YouTube channel, or you just want to learn the art of storytelling, of speaking and having people listen, having an audience spellbound, gaining the attention of people, this course is for you. I'm going to leave the link to join down in the comment section. And if you are interested in our exclusive channel where we discuss things like this, practical, realistic things that would help you and shape your mind, things that would point out what you may have been doing wrong, and things that you can do better to improve an overall quality of life in relationships, in marriages, in friendships, in behavior, you can join our exclusive channel here on YouTube, or you can access using the links I'm gonna drop down in the comment section. So let's proceed with this video. Secondly, and very significantly, there was the tribe factor. Now, Frederick is a core Igbo man, not just an Igbo man from Nnewi in Anambra State. The Nnewis love to marry amongst themselves. They will even very seldomly marry from another town within the same state. Not to talk about marrying in another states within the same Igbo tribe, say Enugu or Ebonyi. Many of us from Imo State even grew up hearing. I mean, Imo State is the state that shares a boundary with Anambra, where the Nnewis hail from, right? So we share very similar cultures, values, same language. We share a boundary. We share so much in common. But a lot of people from Imo State grew up hearing that's Imo, Analu, Anambra, Anambra, Analu, Imo. Meaning the Anambras do not marry from Imo. You can imagine that. Now that is from the same region. That is how crazy it gets. Now, not to talk about that Anambra man from Nnewi crossing the River Niger to marry a mature Urobo woman. There may have been plenty underlying resistance, cultural clashes, and family tension. And not even maybe, Peggy herself confirmed that it did exist.
I remember when I met Frederick, everybody, he will not marry, he's an Anambra guy. Anambra people don't marry Urobos.
Who tell you?
What God cannot do does not exist.
But Frederick has kept to his promise.
Thirdly, there was the career incompatibility, if I could call it that. I know you'll be like, oh, they're both actors. They should understand each other better. They should relate better on that level, sharing in the same profession. But hey, Frederick has been very clear on several occasions that the last profession that he desires marrying into is that of acting. He's an actress. He said that he didn't want to marry an actress at all, that he needs a woman who has time for the family, and he doesn't want his children to be raised by the domestic staff, by helps.
But do you think if the house helps and the cooks and the domestic staff were as intelligent and as elevated as you and I, you think they'll be doing that kind of job? So I'm not running them down, but they are doing the job, and those are the ones that you want to leave your kids for. Because you're busy, because you're chasing material.
He was clear that he needed an available wife on ground to handle the family front, because he is a very busy man and he wouldn't like to be jumping from one set to the other while his wife jumps along.
The question is if I would want to marry an actress. So I think that sorts that out. Okay, let me give you this scenario. I have been blessed to be really busy. And cumulatively, I think I'm in my house for 2 months. Of the 12 months you have in a year. So if I was married to an actress, I said cumulatively, I have been in my house. Cumulatively. 4 days here, 3 days here, 2 days here, cumulatively. 60 days, 2 months out of 12 months.
Okay.
So if I was married to an actress doing as well as I'm doing, who would run the home?
So tempted as you may be to be mad at him, there is absolutely no need for that. Everybody has their rights to preferences, male or female. But as fate would have it, he fell in love and got married to that exact person. That person in that exact profession that he said he would never want to be married into. So there was the expectation versus reality situation on ground. Next, maybe we can call this one a personality clash. Frederick is a very self-aware and self-conscious man. Film Lord, as he likes to call himself, has often described himself as the most handsome man in the whole of Africa.
That I'm not just good looking, I'm a superstar and I'm one of the finest men in Africa. But Peggy is the only person that I have realized that I just cannot live without.
And we may not define him as a proud person, but we can say that he is the kind of man that loves to look at himself, his image, in the mirror a lot. Now, such a personality cannot coexist with another strong self or another self-conscious person in a marriage. Hardly so. Two self-conscious people in a relationship, in a marriage, is a pressure cooker, because both of them need affirmation, they need flattery, they desire attention and spotlight, they want to shine, they need admiration. Nobody could calm down for the other. Now it is easier when the woman is the onye guy, onye nganga, onye lecha, onye shakara, while the man is just, less vain and just rugged, and cares less about all of those things. Maybe vice versa. Some people have it vice versa, where the man is the, yo, while the woman is just calm, just there. But whatever be the case, it's best when the personalities complement each other rather than compete. And you know the saying we have quoted severally on this channel, that opposites in marriage attract. Now, not opposites in values, opposites in personalities, opposites in behavioral patterns, opposites in temperament attract, while similarities in values, similarities in principles, which is the foundation or the bedrock upon which those personalities will blossom. But it seemed like in this case, the reverse was the case. Now, these were two people with the same, or should we say similar personalities, strong personalities, and maybe opposite values. Recipe for disaster. And then to wrap it all up, there were two strong-headed, stubborn, strong-willed, and assertive people. And this is by no means my words. Peggy herself affirmed that.
I'll always be a stubborn girl. You have to deal with it for the rest of your life. You will always be a stubborn man, and I will deal with it for the rest of my life.
Thank you.
But I will never cheat on you. I know that's your biggest fear.
Whew. So last year in 2025, when the couple began dropping hints pointing to crisis in their marriage, like Peggy stopped putting on her wedding band, which by the way she loved to put on prior to then, when she began posting cryptic messages and videos about overcoming a trying period and how God is holding her through the trial, when both of them stopped being seen together, stopped collaborating, red carpet events, going on dates together, surprise birthday parties, you know how very expressive of their romance Frederick, Leonard, and Peggy were, when all of these abruptly stopped, and we began seeing Frederick go on solo vacations and solo cruises, using endearing and enchanting words on other women. When both of them stopped communicating on each other's socials, stopped posting each other as they very typically do, it sent a lot of negative waves to the media space. And so when these news got out that their 3-year marriage was facing trouble or had packed up, a lot of people believed that it was certainly due to one or all of these reasons aforementioned. But neither of them, neither Frederick Leonard nor Peggy, publicly addressed these whispers, these rumors, these speculations. So at the time, it was pretty much assumptions. Now, in the heat of these marriage breakup rumors, Film Lord Frederick recently took to social media to pour enchanting birthday encomiums on beautiful colleague Syrian Orene. On the event of her birthday, he made this post: "My Salo baby, my property. You are a shining star. May God continue to bless and increase you in all areas. Happy birthday, darling." And as expected, this birthday message generated plenty of buzz. It raised plenty of eyebrows. And a lot of people were wondering, my property? That's one Thai rapper. That's one Thai rapper. Oh. Is it possible for a married man to call another woman his property? When a man calls a young, single lady his property, my darling, and all of this, it shows that maybe the relationship could be deeper than professional. Now, this is according to those whispers that got out. What are your thoughts? Do you think it is normal for a man who is married to call another young lady his property when nothing exists between them? Let us share our thoughts down in the comment section. Well, only a few days ago, Peggy dropped a bombshell on Instagram, painting a scenario of why a certain married woman had to leave her marriage. Let us read it together. Her post read, "What will you do if you find out that the man that you are dating is sleeping with a married woman with kids? You asked him about it, but he totally denies it, saying that they are just friends, and you completely believed him. You eventually got married to him, and your husband always hides the married woman in public, but privately, your husband tells you how local this his friend is, just to manipulate you so you will not suspect anything." Ladies and gentlemen, Peggy is saying that this married man in question, names withheld for now, adopted the scope of our fathers. Let me explain to you, ladies, so you can get the scale, you can get the scope. You can understand the cocoa, the modus operandi of some of these men. You know, those our fathers, they will see one fine young pepperish girl with mini skirts looking tantalizing. And daddy knows that if he starts staring more like Malu, he will enter trouble with mommy. So daddy would devise a strategy, the strategy of criticism. And he will go, "Oh, call me. Oh, what is it? Yeah, want me? Darling, can you see all these wayward children of these days? All these loose girls, these harlots polluting the society. Just imagine what this girl is wearing out. Did her parents see her? Daddy will be furious, shouting and appraising the loose girl on the streets. It will now be mommy that will be calming him down, saying, honey, calm down. It's just unfortunate. These young ladies, they have no decency. At that time, Daddy will be feeling his stink of embrace, scoping the whole juicelicious of the girl that he is complaining about. That complaint, no be complaint, no. Hey, where are these guys? Where did get this guy? So sometimes, ladies, are you hearing me? When your man suddenly becomes too critical of somebody, especially the other gender of another woman, take water, do guinea, wash your eye. Most house helps have confessed that most orgas that come to sleep with them or try to take sexual advantage of them, they become very strict, very antagonistic on them after they start their atrocities. And madam will be busy there calming her husband. Honey, tolerate her now, take it easy. You won't know that it is a facade. It is a disguise. So the woman will not suspect that water don't pass Gary. So my dear sisters in the Lord, when your man starts complaining too much about a particular girl, anything she wears is trouble. Anything she does is trouble. Look and well, do like this. Brother, you know, go confess within the water you. That is just by the side. If you understand that tip, say, yes, Neze, I understand. Let us go on with the sermon. So, Peggy is saying that this her husband will be insulting this woman, that she's so local. She's so dirty, she's so this. But the worst is yet to come. Let us go on. She said that all of this he was doing was just to manipulate the married woman so that she will not suspect a thing. But one day, as God will have it, you got evidence and found out your husband and the said lady were never just friends. He had been sleeping with the married woman. They constantly met up, either in his apartment where he goes to work or in a hotel. She also leaves her husband's house to go meet him in his apartment and hotels. Yet, this same man judges and castigates single girls who sleep with married men. I myself know one actor that is always criticizing single girls who sleep with married men. This mass is massing, this arithmetic. It is looking like it is arithmetic, but hey, no names were called. She went on. Not long after getting married, you notice that he is now comparing you to his married side chick. You find out that he even visits her at home, unknowing to her husband. And on some occasions, he visits while her husband is around, because the married side chick's husband also believes that your husband is just friends with his wife. This is serious. This married side chick even attended your wedding, and you had no problem with it because you thought that they were just friends. But now, you have evidence of both of them meeting up in hotels, doing stuff, and your so-called husband telling her how much he misses her while he is still married to you. She asked the big question: would you remain married to such a man? Begin to drop your answers down in the comment section. Peggy Ovire has asked a big question and has painted a scenario in details, and she's asking, will you still be married to that man? And she had a perfect choice of backup song.
Pain was a fire, but the fire had to shape me. Every crack in my spirit, I'm a walking revelation. I fix my crown, I don't fight for their approval. I walk through the storm, came out untouched.
Now the music, also very significant, with words about how she came out from the storm with her crown intact. As already highlighted, although no names were mentioned in this very cryptic post, plenty of people on the internet appear to have linked it to her and Frederick. And there is the widespread belief that Peggy has finally and subtly disclosed the reason why her 3-year marriage with the actor allegedly ended. Dear ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? What are your suspicions? What are your feelings? Not just about this cryptic revelation that Peggy has made, but what are your thoughts about everything that we have discussed? From the traditional man versus the modern woman mismatch, about two stubborn people with very strong personalities coming together in a marriage, about everything that we have discussed, even about the fact that a married woman in her husband's house destroyed your own marriage. What do you think? Do you think that you would also come out and spill the tea on how you have no business protecting a married woman after she left her own husband and came to destroy your marriage? Do you think that if indeed Peggy is speaking from experience, then she should expose this so-called married woman in question? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let us share them all down in the comments section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you are seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching us without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your thoughts down in the comment section, and stay glued for we have so much more coming your way. Don't forget that our book, our newly launched book, The Unbroken Spirit, is now up and running, ready for your purchase on Amazon. There are several platforms available for you to place your orders. So if you're having challenges getting one, please just send us a mail on info@nezemasterclass.com. This book will open your mind and your eyes to a lot of things, and not just opening your mind to them, guiding you on how to deal with them with emotional and mental maturity. It is a must read for singles and married. Grab your copy. Links will be down below, or you can just send us a mail. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you all in our next one. Bye.